morning, everyone,
Hey,
and welcome
everybody.
to Wake Up Missoula. My name is Noelle McAvoy.
And I'm Scott Ramp, and we have a great show for you guys today. We have a video from our stop animation dropping on Saturdays, whatever. It's constantly going to be going because we just started our drop in animation camp, and we have a lot of great kids, and we have one video to show you guys for our Monday episode. But of course, we have to do some social networking. We have a bunch of new programs happening tonight and tomorrow, and of course, Noelle, as always, has events.
Yes.
But first and foremost, let's talk a little bit about weather. The weather is going to warm up, I promise, guys. It's going to try to get above freezing temperatures this week. So you can expect today to stay in freezing temperatures, but your high is going to be 29 degrees, and it's going to be mostly sunny today. So if you guys are thinking about heading on the slopes, getting a tan not only from the sun, but the reflection off the snow, you're more than welcome to. Tonight you have a 20% chance of snow. Tuesday you have a 30% chance of snow. And then of course throughout the week you can expect Wednesday to peak at 35 degrees. So a trend that's only going to get warmer and warmer as time goes by.
It's going to be a heat wave. Yeah, I can't wait. Get
Now I got
out.
that song stuck in my head, Heat Wave.
Heat wave.
Remember that song, Asaph?
Yes, I remember.
It goes Heat Wave, da 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 da. It's totally like it's like a Six Flags song. It totally sounds like a Six Flags.
Yeah.
Like let's go to the Six Flags, and you're just like going on a roller coaster. Heat Wave. But of course, if you want to be on our show and hang out with us, or even talk about an event that's coming up, you can log on to our website, wakeupmissoula.wix.com/wakeupmissoula. So nice, you have to write it out twice. You can like us on our Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter.
You can like Missoula Community Access Television on Twitter, as well as MCAT on Facebook. And to find out more information about us, just go to mcat.org. On Saturdays, we have our drop-in animation camp for ages 9 to 13 every Saturday from 1 to 5. It's only $10. Drop your kid off and hang out and make some videos. It's pretty fun. We had a bunch of kids over the weekend, and it was a blast.
Would you like to introduce the clip?
Yeah, so this is from one of our kids that comes to our camps, and his name is Ben. And this is some really sweet claymation that he did.
All right, and here is some claymation. Yeah, and there it is.
Pretty sweet. Yeah, he did a great job. All those kids, they all worked well together in a group. I was very surprised by that. Usually that doesn't happen. But it was great.
So I have Megs for Monday, and of course it's Monday, and as every Monday that I'm making up right now is going to be Music Monday, featuring MCPS, Missoula County Public Schools, abbreviated. They do they do fall and holiday concerts. So basically, this is not only just the holiday concerts, but it's also a mixture of some of the concerts that they do in probably like two and a half months into their first semester of their 4 years of high school.
Cool.
Because you're on the same high school in 4 years, and some people are really good at music. So when they're freshmen, they can be in like the senior class and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yep.
That's the thing about band and orchestra is that there is no grade. It's just like you're just high school kids playing music. And we do it's all orchestra tonight, so you guys can check out all of the local orchestra that's here in Missoula tonight on MCAT channel 189 at 7. It's all starting at 7 and it goes until like 9. So it's all great. Well, I didn't want to
Nice.
spoil the ending to Big Sky's concert, but that's just one of the many endings that Big Sky Orchestra is all about. And of course,
Oh, they're about big endings?
yes. Well, an ending in general.
Most people like
There's a
endings.
lot of endings in like orchestra or any kind of concerts whatsoever. I do have some Tuesday mags, but they're all associated with lectures. Do you want to talk about Monday events, and then we can show the clip for Tuesday
Great. In between.
mags after, just before we introduce the your Tuesday events.
Sounds good to me, yeah.
All right.
So let's go into what's going on in your community today. So starting at 9:30 a.m. As always on Mondays, over at Miss Mo Gymnastics is their family fun time. Starts at 9:30 is an open gym for ages walking to 12 years. At 11, there is a preschool playgroup over at Roots Acro Sports Center. This is for the younger crowd. It's for ages walking to 5 years. And it's an hour. It's $8 to drop in and $12 for siblings. And they set up different activities and stations around the gym, and the parents and children get to rotate and choose what they want to do.
Cool.
Yeah. It sounds fun. Moscow Monday is over at Montgomery Distillery at noon. This is where they give away $1 from each cocktail sold to a different nonprofit in the area. Okay, so the Lifelong Learning Center has got some classes going on.
Cool.
And so they have a healthcare, CPR, BLS, and AED class. Starts at noon today. And so what it is just includes basic instruction in life support, CPR skills, and using an automated external defibrillator.
Yeah, I heard that if you do take these classes, usually like with CPR courses, you have to usually like retake them every couple of years or
Yeah.
so, because there's always like new techniques and new stuff like that.
Yeah, I've heard that before too. Yeah, so then there's also you get a certification. You get a little cert of it.
And you can
yeah.
flash that and maybe get free drinks.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah. Nice guy. Try that out.
Well, it is Missoula. You know, I'm sure if you flash anything, you can probably get a free drink. It's not that kind of show.
I have no idea. So Lifelong Learning Center is located at 310 at South Curtis Street here in Missoula. And then they've got another class going on at 1 p.m. today, and it's going to be Essential iPad, the Basics. It's pretty much just the basics of your iPad. Yeah.
You gotta use your fingers.
Yep. And then also at 1 is a bridge group over at the Missoula Senior Center. This is the beginners brush up group. And then Duplicate Bridge is over at Garden City. They are the Duplicate Bridge Club. I know.
I have no idea where it is.
2825 Stockyard Road.
Suites 1 through 3.
Suite 1 through 3. But I didn't know what a Duplicate Bridge was, and I don't know how many other people know what it is. I mean, you might.
Yeah.
I have no idea. But so Duplicate Bridge is a competitive form of bridge in which the same hands are played successively by different partnerships. So I don't really know what that means, but I hope that people watching and you guys know what that means.
Well, if you want to know what it means, you can call them at their number.
You could. Yeah.
241.
$14.99.
Yep.
Yeah. Give them a call. Sounds kind of fun. But either way, Mondays and pretty much all week long, both the Senior Center and the Duplicate Bridge both have sessions going on like Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
There's so much bridge, I can't even handle it.
I know. I feel like I'm going under a bridge.
Yeah, I feel like I should burn all those bridges.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, so over at the Tap Bat Lounge, they've got their live recorded shows of the Grateful Dead. This is where they show Grateful Dead music from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. And there's trivia and drink specials and, you hang out. So that's from 5 to 7 every Monday. And then over at the Barn Movement Studio, they have an authentic moving class. It's called Seeing Me, Seeing You. And so it's pretty much a contemplative movement form where it's about finding and discovering your own movement, but also reflecting on it and talking about it, and then seeing other people's movements. Yeah, you don't have to have any experience at all. You can just go if you want to. So to register, call 541-2662. It's $40. Pre-registration is required, and there are dates starting from January until May. So this one is today, and the next one is the 25th of January if you can't get into today's class.
I like how they wrote out every distinct day.
Yeah, it's helpful. Yeah.
I think it's just every 2 weeks.
That's what it looks like to me, yeah. And then over at the Downtown Dance Collective, it's dance classes for kiddos starting at 5:30. And then there's a beginning word class at the Missoula Public Library at 6. Call 721-2665 to sign up.
So line on your resume saying that you're proficient at Microsoft Word.
You don't have to do that anymore. Yeah. Over at the University of Montana, they've got swim lessons at their Grizzly Pool. It starts from 6:05 to 6:35, starting today. Yeah. And so it's through January 4th to the 27th. Okay, so it happened last week, but I bet you could still get in it.
Yeah, I don't remember them ever doing any kind of swim lessons for the longest time. Because I always went to the Y when I had my swim lessons, blah, blah, blah. And, I mean, like, going to Grizzly Pool was, like, a treat in itself. Because, I don't know, it always seemed like it was never, like, open, free, or any kind of, that kind of thing. It was mostly just lap swimming for college kids.
Yeah, that's what I would think, too. I don't know. I've never been there.
Definitely worth checking out.
So they have it Mondays and Wednesdays. $47 per session. 8 lessons twice a week.
You know, my dad doesn't know how to swim.
I don't know how to swim either.
Really?
Yeah, I don't. I never really have needed to.
You just kind of like are in the water and you just either walk or...
I just don't really go in the water.
At all?
No.
Don't you float?
Yeah, I float, but I don't float anything other than like the Clark Fort.
Oh, so the only thing that's in the water is your butt?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I know. I want swim lessons. I want to take swim lessons, but they need adult swim lessons.
But you know, you've seen people swim, isn't it? Wouldn't you be able to just like kind of copy what they do?
I feel like it's like more practice than anything, you know?
So if someone were to like drop you in the deep end of the pool, you'd basically be like freaking out?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
For sure. Yeah. I don't know. I don't like water. It's scary. It's a force. It's a force to be reckoned with. You know? It's terrifying. It really is. Like, I will never go on a cruise, ever. No.
Wow.
You're like trapped in it's like a prison on the water.
A prison
Don't ever
on the
ask
water.
me to cruise anyone. I won't go.
But and you also would never like fly over the water either?
Yeah, I could fly over the water, but do not want to be on a boat in the water.
So you would never want to be like in Hawaii or on an island surrounded by water?
No, I could do that, but I don't want to be on a boat in water.
Okay.
You know, just in case there's like an iceberg or something. I just don't want to relive the Titanic. Okay. All right, we're moving on, everyone.
Oh, I learn more and more every day?
I don't know how to swim, and I'm not going to go on a cruise. I'll learn. I need to learn. Okay, but there's some more swim lessons at Grizzly Pool from 6:40 to 7:10. Pretty much the same thing. Monday, Wednesdays, $47, January 4th to 27th. And even though it started last week, I bet you could still hop in on it. And then in the UM Gallagher Business Building in room 123, they've got a discussion. It's called Cows and Plows, Conservation in Montana's Grassland.
You should have started with that.
Yeah, cows and plows.
It's fun because it rhymes.
So this will be an introduction to northern mixed grass prairie of northeast Montana and the unique flora and fauna that depend on it. And they're also going to be talking about songbirds. That's pretty kind of cool. Yeah. So that starts at 7:30.
You gotta watch out for Big Audubon. They got their hands in everything.
No, they sure do. And then there's Blues Monday at the Badlander at 9. So that's what's going on Monday. Up next, we're going to switch gears and go over to Asaph's segment.
On this segment of Musical Notes with Asaph, we're going to talk about our special guest who is 91 years young today.
Woo. And
she is the last surviving member of a television show from the past called The Honeymooners. And of course, we are talking about Joyce Sorolla, known to the world as Joyce Randolph. Yeah. Joyce Randolph, like I mentioned, is the last member of the Honeymooners Quartet, which included Jackie Gleason as Ralph Cramden, Art Carney as Ed Norton, Audrey Meadows as Alice Cramden, and of course, Randolph as Trixie Norton. Let's show that clip first of all, and then I'll talk a little bit more about her.
That's all. Whatever is ours is theirs from now on in.
You're so right. We're going to have to do everything we possibly can to help them.
Alice!
Oh.
Ralph! Ed's been fired! Oh, I wonder why he hasn't come home. Poor Ed. 17 years down that sewer, and this is how they treat him.
Trixie, how did you find out about it?
One of the fellas in the sewer called to console us. Oh, I wish he was here. I hope he's all right.
So this is an
Oh,
interesting
now take it
episode
easy,
here,
Trix. Ed's all right.
which featured Joyce here. Usually she was behind the scenes on this show, but in this particular episode, she was featured. And basically, her husband loses her job because of Ralph Crandom, and so they're going to try to right that wrong, and at the end of the episode, they do. But to tell you a little bit about Joyce, she was born in Detroit, and of course, in 1943, she pursued an acting career. She took on Broadway roles and just various television roles. And it wasn't until 1951, when she was seen on the Clorets commercial by Jackie Gleason, that he invited her on his program called The Cavalier of the Stars. And then from there, he cast her as Trixie Norton on this show. And this actor here was Art Carney, who played the husband on this series. And it doesn't say how long this series lasted, but this is what she's going to be most known for. And finally, she married a guy named Richard Lincoln Charles, who was a wealthy marketing executive in 1955, and they remained married until his passing in 97 at the age of 74. So there's no awards or anything like that. It just says that she'll be best remembered for playing this character. And she's also the great aunt of Major League Baseball pitcher Tim Redding. So,
Oh, cool.
yeah.
Nice.
So Joyce Randolph is still with us and probably just makes appearances here and there these days.
Yeah, just hangs out. Gosh, she's 90-something.
Yeah, she's 91 years old.
Can't imagine she's getting out too much.
But the legacy she'll leave behind, of course, is playing this character, Trixie Norton, on The Honeymooners.
Yeah, nice. Thanks, Lisa.
Sure.
Thanks. Well, the last time I saw Jackie Gleason in a movie was I was just recently just like hanging out with my parents, and then my dad was watching Smokey and the Bandit too.
Oh, that's when he was older.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Jackie Gleason, he died, fairly young for his age, but his health is always kind of.
Well, his weight might have had something to do with it, and they didn't have all the helps at that in his time that we do today.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the 80s and 90s were not kind to the fat, funny guys.
No, they weren't.
But Jackie Gleason did stick out because he had 2 or 3 television shows in that 50s genre there. He had the Jackie Gleason show, The Honeymooners, and the Cavalier Star, so he just was an exception because they didn't treat people that were heavy very well in Hollywood in those years.
Mm-hmm.
But he was also a skilled band leader too. He had his own big band. And that might have had something to do with his surviving too.
Cool. Well, thanks, Asaph.
Sure.
That was an interesting little tidbit.
Yeah.
Thank
you.
Musical Notes with Asaph Adonai.
And we have some new programs to show you, and then we'll be right back with Noelle for Tuesday events. But right now, here is Tuesday programming.
And so we do have some people in Montana with land holdings that they have no idea are worth as much as they're worth. So it is a good thing, I think, also for those who are in the nonprofit crowd, and we're talking to people to point that out.
Yeah, there's some funny stories. Actually, It's kind of funny. There was a farm out there in the Bakken area, but before that got discovered, 2 heirs. Dad decided, fine, I'll give the farm to the son and the oil and the mineral rights to my daughter. The daughter was mad as all heck.
First, I'd like to thank Amy Kinch for the invitation to contribute to this panel. And I'd like to tell you a little bit about a course I developed in 2012 for a freshman seminar for the Global Leadership Initiative. And among the objectives for these courses, 1, it should address contemporary issues and problems. 2, it should take a fresh and interdisciplinary approach, but it should also fulfill the mission of general education.
So most of you are aware of Alexis de Tocqueville's visit to the United States in the circa 1830, right? And he publishes Democracy in America in 1835, and he writes about the tyranny of the majority as one of the major pressing kind of concerns about democracy, not only in the United States, but should democracy expand to Europe and take off there. He was concerned about the rights of minorities. It was kind of a jumping off point for me.
All right. Nice. And that's what's happening on MCAT tonight and tomorrow.
Yep. Yeah, looks really interesting. Check it out. Channel 189, everyone. Okay. Up next, we've got stuff going on Tuesday. So at the Lifelong Learning Center, they've got Introduction to Calligraphy class starting at 9 a.m. The basic schools, tools and materials will be learned. No supplies will be needed. No experience needed. It'll be great. Oh, okay, so this next event, I don't know if you guys know about this. I just found out about this morning, and I think this is super cool. So the Vienna International Ballet Experience is in Missoula, and so this is like a renowned worldwide dance competition that has a bunch of different dancers from all over the world. And so this is the first time that it'll be held in the USA, and it's in Missoula, which I thought was pretty cool. So mostly all the events that go on, it starts from the 12th to the 17th, so all week long, and all the events are pretty much free.
So if you love ballet, you'll love this.
It's everything, I think.
It's like Ballet Con.
Yeah, it's like, Ballet Con. So I'm sure it'll be like classic and then like modern ballet. It'll be pretty cool. So it'll be hosted by the Rocky Mountain Ballet Theater and Destination Missoula. So that's pretty cool.
And if you miss it, Ron will be shooting it.
Yeah, it'll be going on all week long. So just type in Vienna International Ballet Experience or Vibe online, and I'm sure you'll find a website.
That's a really good name for it.
Yeah, I know. That's what I thought
It gives
too.
like a modern twist to such an old like ballet. How old is ballet? Asaph, do you know how old ballet is?
Not exactly, but I think it goes back to early 1900s, maybe.
Wow.
Cool.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's all sorts of dancing back in the day, but
yeah.
This is...
But I mean, it's what we know. Yeah, I would say that would be my guess around early 1900s.
I would assume that it's like forever, a long time ago, like maybe 400, 500
That's what I would
years ago.
think too. Is
like
that
medieval times or...
Yeah.
Because I always think that, I don't know, like, I don't want to, like, misquote anything, but, like, it's always been, like, Russians have always, like defined it and all that stuff.
Okay, we're going to find out right now.
We're going to look it up.
Okay, so ballet started,
Oh, wow.
Okay, it is a type of performance that originated in the Italian Renaissance courts of the 15th century.
15th century, that far back, huh?
Yeah, and then later developed into concert dance form in France and Russia. Yeah.
Because I can imagine that they're like sitting there listening to music. Of course, they've always had bands and music stuff in the day. And then somebody suggests, like, you know, this music makes me want to move. Why don't we have people up there to show us, like, how to move so we don't look like complete dorks?
Very true, yeah.
Oh, those people are really good. I better not dance. I'm very intimidated by how good they are at moving to this music, so I won't dance. So you have to be like a happy medium.
Yeah.
You can't have somebody who's too good at dancing, then you get intimidated.
Pretty much, yeah.
Ballet. I knew ballet was like really, really old.
I knew it was
would
old
have
too.
to
I
be.
thought it would be too. Yeah, it's like one of the classic forms of dance. So it has to be old if it's a classic. Okay, so we're moving on to events. Young Skaters is at Glacier Ice Rink at 10 a.m. Tomorrow, this is for children 3 to 6 to skate in a safe, uncrowded environment. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of skating, I just saw in the Missoulian that they're trying to bring back roller rink.
Cool.
Roller rink.
Cool.
You know,
like a roller rink, like a rollerblading rink?
yeah, like the
Cool.
70s and 60s where you're listening to like funky music and
Yeah.
you're rolling around in a circle.
That'd be fun.
I don't know. They tried this a while ago, and then they had to like close it down, and then that's where the hub is right now. Is where it used to be.
Huh.
I don't know. I mean, it's you know, I don't know. I mean, it's a very interesting market. Like it's a small market of people for sure.
Yeah. I feel like it would be fun.
I mean, it's just kind of it's already been tried here, and it hasn't really worked out. Maybe if they have a brewery there too.
Yeah. and then an emergency room in the back.
Like a brewery on one side, and then yeah, I don't know.
And then
I wouldn't be surprised if someone
back.
hasn't thought of that.
I'm sure they have. They would have to get some gnarly insurance for it though.
And it would be a good place for like
well, I guess you could only
for
get
the
3
roller
beers.
girls to find a place or whatever. I think like the Hellgate roller girls, they can open their own roller rink for year round, but then they have practices at nights for their roller
cool.
derby girls.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like instead of just trying to find a space for them to practice, it also a place for them to make money and have people have a place to go to support their Hellgate roller girls and buy merch.
Nice. Love it.
I'll tell my friend who's on the board.
Okay, good. Over at the Lifelong Learning Center, they have a beginning fencing class starting at 10:30 a.m. They'll pretty much cover the fundamentals of modern fencing technique and also include strategies and tactics. Over at the Children's Museum of Missoula, starting at 11 tomorrow, they're doing a foam science experiment, and it gets so big that it looks like elephant toothpaste. And it's called elephant toothpaste. Over at the Confident Stitch, which I guess I don't have the address on that one. Sorry, you guys. But they're making Jalisco-style Mexican tiles in wool, not wood. Wool. So they'll be doing traditional colors or more contemporary colors. You'll make an 8-inch finished Mexican tiles from wool. So you learn the basics of wool applique, embellishing, stitches, and beading. Classes will run from 12 to 2 on Tuesdays, January 12th, 19th, 26th, and February 2nd. Class is suitable for all levels of quilters. Okay, this is a quilting class. And it's $64 for a 4-week session. It's at the Confident Stitch. Cool. Over the Paxson and Malloy Gallery, they have a Art of the American West from the Permanent Collection exhibit.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's pretty much explores the landscapes and landscapes and people of the Rocky Mountain West during the 19th and 20th centuries. Yeah. And then over in the UC, in rooms 326 and 327, is a mindfulness workshop from 12:15 to 1. Laura Bender will be offering a free workshop on being mindful. Roxy Theater has got the Give Local and MPNE orientation. This is for all the nonprofit friends that want to be a part of Give Local Missoula, which happens in the spring.
MCAT will be doing Give Local this year again.
Cool.
And it's gonna be at the Florence Building. And I probably should tell you about this, but I'm gonna do like a Wake Up Missoula special. We're gonna try to do a Wake Up Missoula special for Give Local.
Okay.
From like 8 to 9, like on location, like
Okay.
live on location.
That sounds fun.
That would be
great.
We've never done that before.
No,
so
it'll be fun.
I think it'd be great.
Yeah.
So look for that. That's gonna be like in March.
Yeah.
Just a ways away. So we have all this time to plan for it.
That'll be fun. Okay, so going on, over at the Missoula Art Museum, they have an after-school art adventure starting at 3:30 for ages 7 to 11. It's $45 if you're a member, $50 if you're not. And young artists will create art based on their experiences viewing art in the MAM galleries. It's awesome. Frenchtown branch has got their Lego club over in their library starting at 4. Over at Taste Buds Kitchen, they've got lemon yogurt cupcakes workshop for ages 6 to 10. Starts at $4 and $20 to drop in. There's traditional Irish music at Imagination Brewing Company. And then there's a creative writing workshop at 6 p.m. at the Missoula Public Library. Picking Circles is at the Top Hat at 6. This is for our bluegrass-oriented musicians to get out there and jam out. System Check is at the Missoula Public Library at 6:30. That is the video game club for ages 19 and under. And then over at the Silver Theater, they're having a bunch of dance films from Vibe. So it's 40 North, and they are putting on a bunch of films. Yeah, so
wow.
It's I don't remember. It doesn't say how many there are, but it's from the 2015 Dance Film Fest, and it's free. It's at the Silver Theater at 6:30. And then over at Hellgate High School, they're having a quilt class. It's called Winter Shine Quilt. You need basic rotary equipment, but sewing machines are provided. And then my last event for Tuesday is a night photography free lecture. This is at Rocky Mountain School of Photography at 7 p.m.
Cool.
Yeah, so you learn how to take pictures at night. So as always, you can check out MissoulaEvents.net, check out The Independent, the newspaper, or University of Montana website.
Or if you want to find out more information about Wake Up Missoula, you're going to log on to our website, wakeupmissoula.wix.com/wakeupmissoula. You could like us on Facebook. You can follow us on Twitter.
You can like Missoula Community Access Television on Facebook as well, or Twitter, and as well as on Facebook. And now go to MCAT.org if you want to find out more information about us.
Mm-hmm. But if you want to get in contact with us, you can email us mcat@mcat.org, or you can call us at 542-6228, or otherwise known as 542.
MCAT.
But of course, tonight is the Bonner Milltown Community Council meeting at 7, and the Missoula City Council tonight at 7, where they'll be talking about Let's Move Missoula. So without further ado, here's Asaph, and I want to thank all y'all for joining me this morning for our Monday edition of Wake Up Missoula. And for Wake Up Missoula, I'm Scott Ramp.
I'm Noelle McAvoy. Here's Asaph Adonai.